Oh, hello! Oh, wicked! Rockin'! Yeah! I'm so excited that I'm actually going to stand up to realise that I didn't actually close my door properly. Yeah, that's how excited I am. Oh, fantastic. Right, okay, so what have we got planned for today? This is going to be awesome. Okay, yes. Right, so I thought what I would do... hold on, let me see if I can move my mouse over. Yes, okay. Right, I thought I would actually try to get some... actual text to give you an idea as to where we're going today. Now, last episode, I was thinking, right, we've done all the actual combat, we're going to work on the next bit. And I have been doing that. However, I've realised for me to actually work on the next bit, I need to go back into the combat and essentially create cards, create some more cards, and create a whole new concept, which we're still trying to I'm still trying to come up with a good name for it, but it's the concept of getting some sort of item that you ideally get from outside of combat, and it will give you a like some sort of like permanent buff for the rest of the game. And they're not obviously going to do anything super like amazing, but like in Slay the Spire, they have things called artifacts where you pick them up and they're sort of little things that are useful for the rest of the game. And I've got to work out, and at the moment I'm just coming up with like little statues of various different beans that are just going to be placed somewhere in the town. So when you know that's there, you have a. But anyway, that's kind of like a slightly future thing. But I want to get all of those sorted before we actually work on the rest of the like outside of the game. Now, I'm not sure about music at the moment. I'm not sure if it's too loud, too anything. Yeah, sorry, I'm still trying to get a few things sorted today. The music's a little bit different. Just purely because I was having a little bit of difficulty getting up the original music that I play, but I suppose that might be new opportunities. Right. Anyway, so what are we going to do today? So number one, let's see, where are we? Now we're going to go into the scene, and I'll try and explain what it is that I'm going to do. So main game. Actually, what we can do is I want to Oh wow, this is actually brilliant. Sorry, this is fantastic. So what we can do is before I had to go into the code to try and work out exactly what cards I wanted to put in. Now I've got this, I think, because I want to. So I'm going to add an Angry Chuck, and let's just put a few of these in. So there's a good reason as to why I'm doing that. So we've got some Angry Chucks in. So what do Angry Chucks do? Let's have a look. It basically means when we play recruits, we add 2 more. So this says 5, but in fact, we're going to have 7. All right. So, and I think as you level up, it means you add more recruits. So what I'm actually looking to do is actually change the text on this card. And this is a problem that I have been trying to work out for a good few weeks, because my brain, I was just thinking, I just can't even begin to work out how to tackle this. Anyway, last night I came up with the idea, and I was like, okay, all right, this is going to work. It's going to be great. There might be a slightly better way of doing this, but I'm quite happy with this system. So I'll explain what I'm going to do. So before we do anything at all, I want to quickly go into this master script. Edit. Did I press edit? I can't remember. I think we've got it up already. That's fine. So we've got this. That's actually kind of what I wanted. That's good. Okay, so now we are going to go into where we've got this card SOs, the actual script itself. All right, so oh, it looks like I've actually done quite a lot of these things already. Fantastic. Okay, so card text. Now, I am still trying to wrap my head exactly around the most efficient way of doing this. But what we want is, if you have like an angry chuck, which means that you have 2 extra like attack or 2 extra attackers when you play any cards that give you attack, you want it to appear on the card. So I am thinking that if I have, this is going to be another public thing, public string. All right, we're going to have an array of card texts. Okay. All right. So we still will keep this because this will be useful, but we're essentially going to have a series of a series of text put together, and we're going to squeeze what I'm going to have a new. So this is going to be a public int. And this is going to be an array as well, and we're going to call it key int. All right, and that was it. Sorry, and then we're going to go into master, and we're going to have another, because I love these enums. Sorry, I've just I learnt them a little while ago, and they're really useful. So we're going to have a public enum, and we're going to call it key int type. And don't worry, I've got plans. We will change some of these values and some of these texts. I've just got to work out exactly how, like exactly what we need to change them to. But for the time being, we've got a separate enum that's called key int type. And for the, you know what, let's just get rid of that. That'll just, so it can only be attacker or defender. Obviously, there's going to be more that we're going to add to that. So we're back onto this. So now we've got we're going to have a public key. What did I call it again? Oh, we haven't done that yet. Key int type, yep. Yeah, just got to try and work out exactly why that's. Oh, master script. That's why. Everything's fine. We've got to put master script dot key. Oh, hey, KO2 fan, how's it rocking? Yeah, sorry, you caught me right in the middle of trying to change a whole new enum. Yeah, I'm trying to sort of tackle the making sure the cards update with Angry Chuck, because I'm going to have more things like Angry Chuck that change various different values of the card, and I want to be able to work that out. And to be honest, yeah, as I say, it's just I've been racking my brains. We can actually still call this key int type. And yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yes. My goals are on the top left, on the top of chat. Oh yeah. Oh. I was like, that's the perfect space to put it. Yeah, no, that's a good point. We can move that over there. Yeah. Okay. So I've got everything. Yeah, covered. Yeah, that should be fine. You know what? Let's go over here. And if ever there's important stuff underneath there, I'll move it out the way. Yeah, cheers. I knew there was something slightly wrong with that, but yeah, no, that's awesome. Right. So we got key int type. So this is going to be a little bit. We're going to have to do a little bit of moving stuff around, which will just take a little while. But now we've got this, because what we're eventually looking to do is get rid of this and get rid of this. Card type. That's what we want to change as well. Okay, right. So we're going to have public enum card type. So the 3 different cards are going to be recruitment, spell, and totem. And we can obviously add more if we need to, but I'm not too worried about that. And in fact, let's go make a big bold statement. Let's get rid of that, and we're going to just change this to public master script dot card type Okay, so we've got to do a little bit of editing on all of these. It shouldn't take us too long. And we want to eventually get rid of this, but we still need this so we can copy all the text and stuff. Right. Cool. So yeah, anyway, my plan is I want to sort out this text to compensate for Angry Chuck on all the cards, and then we're going to develop the whole concept of vanquishing cards. Now, that's going to be when you use a card, it then just burns from your deck, and you only get it back at the next battle. So I've made a let's have a look. So just checking. I just want to quickly. Right, that's fine. So if we go into here, yeah, at the moment it's a bit rubbish, I won't lie, but this is what the effect is going to look. So it plays the card and then it just burns it to give you the idea that it's actually leaving your deck. Right, anyway, where are we? So, oh yes, if card type, yeah, oh yeah, that's fine. Oh, if that's the only point that we've got the error, then we're kind of happy with that. So yeah, this was obviously, I was expecting this. So I've basically changed what was a string into an enum, and like the only bit of slack that I'm getting so far is this, so that's fine. So what we can do, so at the moment it was a string, so now I believe it's master.cardtype.totem, and that should be fine. We just need to change all of the yeah, we just need to do a little bit of changing in the scriptable objects. So this shouldn't take as long as it looks like it's going to take. So Angry Chuck, so card type, it's defaulted to recruitment, which is fine, so we're going to change that to totem. These are all recruits, guard recruit. Okay, the metal wall and the sustained attacks, these are the actual spells. Okay, good. Right, now we've got, this is the difficult part. So at the moment we've got card text saying add 5 attackers, but that 5 is just part of the string. There's no easy way of changing that. So the way which I was thinking, and I think I'm okay with this, is we are going to actually no, it's much. Sorry, yeah, I'm not sure if there's music playing. I was just basically, because yeah, Stream Beats was giving me a hard time, so I just want to check we're all good. Right, so we're actually going to break it into multiple strings, and where we've actually got what's called a key integer is where we're going to break everything up. So I'm going to first of all copy that and put that into there. and then we're going to just have another one of those. So get rid of that, and get rid of that. Yeah, this should work, hopefully. Right. So now I can copy that. Brilliant. We're going to do the same for... There we go. Okay. So the key int, it's going to be 5, 7 and 10, and oh no sorry, ignore that. That's gonna just be 1. Yeah, this is why it's a bit confusing, because this way we're going to compensate for it. Let's just say there's a card that gives you both attackers and defenders. This will hopefully sort of compensate for this. But I've got a plan. Don't worry. The plan's solid. It will probably involve me talking a lot of rubbish for a while until I eventually kind of like hit the nail on the head, and it's like a yes. Got it. You know, the payoff will be huge. It'll be brilliant. It would just take, a little bit of careful consideration. So, okay. So one part of the rule is the key integers, the number of, because bear in mind these are arrays of integers, and these are arrays of int types. At the moment we only need attackers, but I put defenders in as well. Now we're going to actually have so okay, this is solid. Okay. Yeah, this is... Yeah, right. I need to just do a little bit of copying and pasting, because, like I say, this card text thing we're looking to get rid of altogether and change it with card texts. Right. Okay. So, just want to actually gonna open this up a little bit. Okay. Yeah, because it's like, basically I've genuinely been spending quite a while trying to work out a way to like be able to change what's on the card at sort of run time, and this was the best that I could come up with. So here we're going to go. Right. So we're actually breaking up the description of the card into multiple segments, so we can like add the text, then add the bit where there's a key number that can change, so we can then change it, and then and then we can add up the rest of the string. So let's give this a shot. That's fine. We need to change these variables. So these have got important integers. So it's 5. Actually, no. One thing that I'll mention while I'm doing this as well, I want to make sure that your starting cards are comparatively quite bad, even though they're going to be useful for the beginning. When you do get another, add any new cards, they're generally going to be better than your original starting cards. So you are incentivized to get new cards. And some of them, we're gonna get them working, and then when they eventually get to the point where I'm play testing, we're going to actually work out, okay, is this card too good? It's like we've already kind of worked out that the Glycerca is probably a bit too good. I've done the same thing again, haven't I? Oh, no, hold on. That was right. 5. Oh, everything's fine. Okay. So, yeah. Oh, I pressed B. Don't know what that does. Control. So yeah, I think give armor. Yeah. Right. So where are we rocking? So that can go there, and right. Oh, I do apologise. I will be just 1 sec. Ah, yeah. Right, wicked, cool. Sorry, yes, sorry about that. My brother's not 100%, not feeling 100% today, so I'm just going to make sure I sort of give him some tea and stuff. Right, anyway, metal wall. So we just need to copy this bit here. Oh yes, right, so while we've actually got this, we're going to change Okay, so I'm just changing this enum so we got more things to put into it, because, like I say, somewhat point down the line there's going to be something that will be like that will deal with that might have an effect when we're giving armor to attackers. So I think that should be okay. Right. So key int types, armor to give to defenders, plus, yep, okay. So now this can just be 10, 15, 25, okay. Yeah, so we'll add rangers as well. So if there is a card that adds more rangers, we can fix that. And at the moment, it doesn't actually matter where I put this. So ranger. All right. Yeah, I think it's better that I make this change now, so when we're adding more cards, it should be slightly easier to put in. Right, so these have that, they're all going to have that, and they're all going to be Ranger. Card texts, we're all going to have that, and and I'm eventually going to put a new function in that essentially puts all of the card text together into one sentence. I haven't worked out how I'm going to do that, but we're one step at a time. Yes, okay. Right, so just one more to go. Probably easier if I also like the idea that if, say, you have Angry Chuck, it will have like 5 and then in brackets +2, and that will be in red to give you the idea that it's like, oh yeah, of course, I've got something that's affecting it. Now, the bit which I was a little bit stuck on, and it's not too hard, is actually changing the colour of text. Like just changing a segment of the text into a particular colour. And what we can actually do, we still might keep this card text so that we just have a bare bones structure if we know roughly what it does, and it will be just useful as a reference. Otherwise it's going to be quite difficult to work out what it does by reading that. So yeah, just as I'm thinking out loud, I think we'll keep this just as a useful reminder as to what the card does. Okay, so all of these we're going to change to armor to attackers. Okay. Right, what has he just done? Has he done, what is it? Let's go. Right, I'm going to start putting together everything and it will hopefully make sense soon. So we're going to go into card scripts, and in the actual card script, I'm going to have a little look through, and we are going to have card text meshes. let's have a little look. So I believe it's this one here. Set up card according to class. So what we're doing here is at this point here, we're fixing the string for the description. So it's number 3 in the array, which is the 4th one along. We need to get a new line of code which still does this. It still kind of fits it. So this bit of code here is the thing that means that you can only have, in this case, 16 characters, 16 letters per line, but it also deals with the fact that it's not going to cut a word halfway through. So we still want this, but we want to change a little bit. We want to change just a little bit. So we're going to go into master script and create we're going to have a public string. We're going to call it fix. Description text. And this will take a in fact, we can just put in a card. Yeah, sorry, this is just where I've just got to think out loud slightly. We've got to put in the string. Yeah, card S. I think that might be all we need. So that's actually, I think that's all the stuff that we need. So string returning string equals card. No, first of all, we just equals nothing, and we're going to have returning string. This is, you know, like kind of quite often when I'm doing routines, I have busy equals true and false. This is like at the beginning and at false. So basically, this is what I'm looking to do is, yeah. Okay, right. I know I'm doing. So I'm terrible at describing things today. I tell you, I just did not wake up. I woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. Right. So. Okay. Yeah, this will make sense. Oh yeah, we're actually, to be honest, this is mostly what we need to do. I just needed to kind of wrap my brain around. So what we're doing, we're compiling a fresh string that's got all of the segments of the string added together, and we're fitting the key integers. So Okay. Oh my gosh, this is this looks ugly. This does look ugly. Right, what? Oh yeah. Okay, should be fine. Okay, so at the moment we haven't actually made any changes. Well, we've made a lot of changes, but in theory, in complete 100% theory, once we've put this in, okay. Right, so I am going to now that we've actually got all the bits together, we're now going to just make the string what it was supposed to do. So returning string equals fix string line length of okay, right, so we just need to change this now. So instead of fix string, we're going to have fix description text, and that is, we're simply just going to put in our card SO as a variable. Right, so if everything's gone to plan, everything should look exactly the same. Why has he just spent the last like half an hour just trying to work something out so that all the text will be the same? No, don't worry, I've got a plan. I do have a plan. It's a complicated plan, but it's a good plan. Right, so let's go. This will be like, I hope, like, if everything looks exactly the same and nothing's changed, I'll be so happy. Right, so aha, not quite. Add give armor to. Oh yes, okay, not quite. So we just haven't put the text in because I think let's have a look. I think I know where we've gone wrong. But that's okay. I'm glad that something had changed. So, you know, it was proof. I've just got to try and work out, because ideally the number of key integers is always going to be one less. Yeah, it's always going to be one less than the number of card texts there are, because the idea is we have card text, key integer, card text, key integer, until, you know, so that way it covers if we're looking to somehow do attackers, defenders, armoured attackers. If we're like, able to do a bunch of stuff, this will hopefully compensate for that. So if I is, I think that needs to be less than, doesn't it? Less than or equal. Yeah. Because, yeah, this just requires... yeah. So we're making sure that we fit it in at the right spot. Now, if I was to just completely get rid of all of this if stuff, then the first one would... Then the first key integer would be put in fine, but then it would be trying to get a key integer that's out of its range. So if... I think that should work, actually. Let's give that a try. He's a crazy man. He's just been talking about the text. Not right. Okay, let's let's see. Ah, okay, that's what I was expecting, actually. try this one. Okay. Right, yes! We have... Well, what does all this mean? Okay, right, I've done a very, very long, complicated way of bringing everything exactly to where it was. But don't worry, all of this will make sense soon. Alright, okay, while I'm here... I'm trying to create another error message just while I think about it. I have no idea how to create it. Oh, yes. Okay, I did. Right, that's how you do it. Okay, everything's fine. Okay, so the not the error message, but the slight bug. See where I've got information here? I just wanted to work out the way to create that problem, and it's to do with swapping playing a card, then swapping it. That's all right. We're going to deal with that later, but I just wanted to just have a little play around, get that sort of fixed, just while I think about it. So we know it's to do with swapping cards, but we'll fix that later. Don't worry about that for the time being. So. Okay. So here we're going to have another little function, which is going to be called public. It's still going to return a string, and it's going to be get bonus string. I think that should be all we need. So all we need is a key int type, should be fine, and we need maybe that's all we need. Okay. Because, yeah, I think... So, turn bonus string. Oh, okay, right. So we're properly zeroing in on the problem, on the thing. So, what we now need to do is go into our totem master. The master that's over here. Start closing all this. Totem master script. And yep, we have a thing. So create totem. Get extra attack total. This is the key bit. So totem master script, get extra attack total. Oh. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, we're actually, every time we're checking, we're also animating the totems, which is fine. But we want another one which doesn't animate the totems. Okay. So I'm just putting a an argument here, which is going to be animate totems, and that it's by default is going to be equal to true. So when we're trying to find out the extra attack total, it's usually when we're actually playing the card and it's checking for it. So by default, it's going to be true. So I don't need to change anything. However, here I'm going to be if animate totems, then we're going to get the totems to animate. So now we can actually, yeah, because I don't want to just copy this same bit of code again, so for a different purpose. So now this is basically the tool to work out what our extra attack is. So get extra attack, that's fine. We'll still keep this debug. That's fine. It's not doing any harm to anyone. So int bonus attackers equals totem master script dot instance dot get extra attack total. And then that's going to be false because we don't. When we're checking here, we don't want it to animate the totems. And if bonus attackers is greater than 0, then bonus string plus equals it's going to be a space followed by an open bracket plus bonus attackers dot toString plus okay, but we're going to make things even more complicated. We want to change this colour to red. Now, how do we do that? So, again, I'm not a web developer, but I was told, but I did do a little bit in HTML, and I was looking up the guidelines, and a lot of it is very similar. So, however, I do have a little sheet, which is over here, and I'm just sorry, don't worry, I know you can't see this right now. I want to kind of make it look as though I'm just super smart. Okay. Right, oh yeah, I'm just thinking this off the top of my head. I'm not looking at any guides at all. I'm just this good. So, right, let me just refer to my. So what? Okay. Right. So, if everything goes to plan, this should turn the colour of the text red. I don't actually know if it does work this. I don't know if I need to put this in separately. But let's give it a shot. Let's see if it works. So, I haven't even put the... I've made the function, but I haven't actually utilised it anywhere. So let's just wait till this is loaded. That's all good. Turning string. I think this should work. I think this should be fine. Yeah, like I say, the important thing with getting this to work is making sure that the key int, that in the scriptable objects, of the card scriptable objects, the key int and the key int type, the array size is the same. Otherwise, everything goes wrong. I just have this feeling that at some point I'm going to look at another way, a better way of doing this, and I'll be really annoyed. But I have been sort of on and off. I've just been at the back of my mind trying to think the best way of getting this sorted. Right, so is this going to work? This will be great if it does. Let's have a look. Okay, so as it is, I haven't got any way of updating the card, so we need to play this and then discard the card and then discard the cards, and then hopefully we'll get some... Yes, right, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, we need to do plus. I meant to do a plus there, but that is pretty much what I'm after. The only slight problem is I don't know why. Oh, maybe I do know why. Huh. Okay. All right, we've inadvertently created another problem. So what's happening? So we've got when we're putting the string together, where we're fixing in master, where we've actually got our original fixed string line length, it's actually counting all of these individual letters as characters. So first of all, let me just do this. I need to do a plus sign there. And I don't know how to deal with that. So let's just try and work out. Yeah. And so, yeah, so basically it's working out, it's making sure that we've got 16 characters in each line, but it is considering all of this as a line itself. Yeah. Okay. You know what? I think this is still fine. This is still good. Let me just have another look at it with the plus. Yeah, this will be okay. All right. I like to think we've made progress on this problem. I'll have to come back to this another time because this does require quite a lot of thinking. So we've got an angry chuck. Let's go play a couple. Now we've got some attackers. Add. Yeah, that's fine. That is what I'm after. That does feel a little small, admittedly, but yeah. So it's saying add there +4, so this should be 9. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This will be, like, you know what, I reckon, in my head, I feel I've done 95% of this problem. But this last little bit, I can't think of an easy way of doing this. So, I mean, I know a kind of, a way of fixing it is, ignoring the string if it's got either a plus or a greater than or a less than bracket, and anything in between it. But that's going to be quite tough. That might be something I do off stream, but I'm quite happy. You know what? It's more or less works. The only problem is it's dealing with all of this as though these are real letters that are in the thing. But yeah, so anyway, right, I'll quickly explain everything that I've just done. With Angry Chuck, we add it adds extra attackers to your normal cards. Using can I remove them using rejects replace? Now I think the answer is probably. I know that. Yeah, the answer is I probably can. Like the problem which I've got is this bit of code here. I always every time I put this together, right? When I say every time I put this together, as in I've got code like this, which is similar in multiple different games, right? I normally struggle to find it and then have to create it again from scratch. Now, I almost, kind of like those sort of delicate bits of machinery that magically still work, right? That you don't really want to change or do anything to. No, it just doesn't quite work, does it? Yeah. Yeah, like kind of this is something which, like, again, what I'm going to do, this will be sort of a slightly more off-stream thing, because it's like in my head I just can't quite work out how. So rejects replace. You know what? That's probably a good start. I'm not going to bother too much now. But I'll have a little. I'm going to have a little play around. Like I say, it's more like, because this whole concept of adding strings dynamically has been something that's been haunting me for a little while. So, like, the fact that I kind of made this much progress, I'm quite happy with that. Right. Anyway, so that's awesome. Let me work on the next thing. So yes, you can revert the change you are using. I think so. I mean, like, because at the moment, actually, I'll be honest. When you say source control, I'm not 100% sure what you mean. Because one thing which is obviously another little error that we've got is the fact that the red isn't actually fading with the rest of the text. No Angry Chuck. So what we can actually do when we play one of these Angry Chucks, we can force all the cards to Oh, I see what you're saying. So I've got a slightly different method. Yes. What I do is I kind of essentially just store the entire project and put it as a what's it called? A zipped folder, and I just do that multiple times and then put those on various different, I just put it on like my cloud drive or whatever. So I've just got various different states. So if ever I go back, if ever I need to refer back to an older thing, thinking, oh, this worked and now I've changed it, I can always go back. Exactly, and I've had to do that multiple times. Now, unfortunately, I use iCloud, and because I've got Windows 7, it's as if iCloud has reached a decision right now. It's like a nope, we're no longer allowing you to work. So I've still got all like my data, but getting newer versions onto, getting like the more recent update versions onto iCloud is becoming kind of, to say increasingly difficult is a problem. So for this precise moment, I'm just getting memory sticks and just chucking them on various different memory sticks. It's not the most ideal method, but I need to, we just like, because iCloud has just, given me quite a bit of grief, to be honest. Anyway, right, what have we got next? Let's go. Oh yes, that was it. We're going to make sure that when we play an angry Chuck totem, one of the things that it does is it forces all the cards in hand to update their strings. So first of all, we are going to go card script, and we're going to have a public void set up just description text. Okay, and now we should have our hand script somewhere. Hand script, there we go. Let me. Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Right. Sorry, I'm just seeing the word modulate, and it's just giving me nightmares. But it's okay. It magically works now, so we don't need to worry. Right. Public void update card description texts. So what we're doing here, so the hand script has got access to all of our card scripts. And here, oh no, not there. Where is it? That's it, cards in hand. That's the one. So we're going to have a quick function here which cycles through all of these cards in hand and updates all of their texts. So for int I equals 0, I less than cards in hand dot count I plus plus. Set just description text. Okay, so what we can actually do, right. Oh no, not to get any key down. So I'm actually having to slowly but surely replace all of the original ones, just purely because I thought there was just going to be a nice easy control click, but it's actually a bit more confusing. So I feel I'm just going to kind of go back over these. So. But I'm still going to keep them there. There we go. Right, that's fine. Okay. So update card description texts. So what we've done here, Okay. Ah, okay, that's perfect. This is exactly the hand that we needed for this to work. So, we've got there with no extra text because we don't have any angry chucks. We have the angry chuck here that we're going to play, and currently it still doesn't update. However, if I press W, it should update right now. Yeah, okay, that's perfect. So all of these cards have updated. We just need to make sure when we play the angry chuck that we update all the cards. Yeah, that's fine. And that should be easy. I think we can go... There's loads of ways I can do this. I'm just trying to think what makes the most sense. It's probably going to involve this. Edit script. So we've got our card action script. Don't need any of that. Let's have a look. Angry Chuck. So basically it's about here, isn't it? Now I don't think the hand script is actually a singleton. No, it's not. Oh yeah, that's okay. So we need access to this hand script. I could simply make it a singleton. Now I've got to work out, or I could just have a function which gets hold of it. What makes most sense? I think we do a function that gets hold of it, because I like singletons to be things that are there straight at the beginning, whereas the hand script gets created at runtime. So we'll have a function. So we're going to have a private hand script, and make this underscore. Private hand script get hand script. If hand script is equal to null, we're going to have hand script equals find object of type okay, with exclamation. Okay, all right. So right. This is okay. This does make sense. So we're just doing a script here, which is called get hand script. So get hand script dot update card description texts. think this is fine, even though this does look a little bit long-winded. I think that's fine. And to be fair, I don't think that's going to do too much harm updating all the description text every time we play a totem, because most totems are going to have effects of some sort that could likely affect the cards. So this is just basically saying do it every time. That's fine. Alright, so if this all comes to plan, we're going to play a totem and then it'll update the text altogether. Let's give it a shot. So ideally we want to have an Angry Chuck and an attacker in one hand. Yes, okay. So I'm going to play this and just hover over the attacker card. So yeah, perfect, done, boom. Let's roll. Okay, so this updates this. This just calls a function. Right, fantastic. Yes, okay. Right, that I tell you what, this has been haunting me for a while, and like I say, we're still not completely out of the woods with it, but I'm happy to put this to rest for the time being, because that has been like that has been just a problem that has just been haunting me for so long, and now we have made a good attempt to fix it. Like I say, the problem is fixing the line length when it's dealing with colours. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that another time. Right, vanquishing. Vanquishing. What is vanquishing? Vanquishing is destroying cards after they've been played, but not just putting them in the discard pile, but making it so that you can't play again for the rest of that combat. It doesn't mean it's gone forever. For the next combat, it will be back in your deck. But there's going to be some cards that are so good that you're like, they need to be vanquishable. So you can only play them once, and that is, so and we're going to test out our vanquish ability with. Sorry, I'm putting it in the wrong place. Card SOs. Now, in theory, the totems kind of vanquish because you play it once and then it's gone. But I think they're a slightly different category because, like, the idea is you're almost playing the card onto the field, so you haven't disposed of it, you've just placed it. So, however, where we've got Glyphzerker, we're going to actually, let's go straight into here. Let me just clear some of this, close all but this. I think somewhere around here we're going to have Public Bool Vanquish. Alright, it is simply a Boolean. So let's have a little look. So over here with our Glyphzerkers, this is going to have Vanquish. Okay, what does that mean? Right, so we want to make sure that when we play it, and I'll tell you what, I'm so glad about this. Like, so now I want to put in, I want to just put in some, a new, what's it called? Let's see. Glyphzerker. I can just change this just here, which is brilliant. Let's go put some Glyphzerkers in. I don't know why I'm making them all, in fact. Just for simplicity, we're going to make them Glyphzerker 2, so they're 1 mana. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So this is going to have the Vanquish text, and we even want. Let's go. We are even going to do something else that's quite fancy at the same time. And let's go start with the simple thing before we get to the complicated thing. And so card info. Vanquish. Alright. And I'm looking at the wrong thing. We don't need that for the time being. I just got to remember how we actually get hold of these. So if I just go find all references. There we go. Okay, so what we're doing here, this is in... oh, we're still in the master script. I thought I'd actually create a separate class, but it doesn't matter. So what we're going to do here is card info dot vanquish. This is going to be a little tutorial as to what vanquish cards mean. So a card with actually, what's the best way of describing it? After a card with vanquish is played, it is destroyed. I think that's fine. Yes, okay, that's fine. So, let's go have a little look at Glycirca, make sure that we've got the vanquish. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so now we've got Glycirca in, we want to just check that that vanquish comes up the way that it should do. We don't have it here. Right, here we go. Yeah, there we go. Got it just over there. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, we've got the text. Yeah, that just came up exactly as I would like. It does still, yeah, text does still feel a bit small, but that's still all good. Right, need to quickly go to the toilet. I shall be back in just a minute or so. Be right back. I'm probably going to make myself a cheeky coffee as well at the same time. Right. Okay. Sweet. Ah, right. What's up? What's up, everyone? Let's rock. We're back. Yes. Okay. So we're getting to Vanquish cards altogether. So the Gliss Zerka is the only one at the moment that's got this Vanquish thing, and we've got to do that. So I've already made my first attempt at a Vanquish thing. Now I kind of wanted it to be sort of red and yellow and orange, so it has that sort of burny effect. But I haven't. I don't know. Like whenever I try to change the colour, it just goes grey, and it just goes darker. But that's something which I'm going to fix off stream, because like the thing which annoys me is with Boxer Tear, I made a really good burning effect that I was like, oh, I can nab that, but it's actually quite difficult to transfer it over, because for a particle effect to work, you need multiple different things. You need a separate material that's got another thing attached to it, and then you've got the actual particle system itself, and you need to try and grab all of them, combine it, and I was like, oh yeah, no, you know what, let's just try and make it from scratch. At the moment, like I say, it's looking greyer than I want, but that's completely acceptable for the time being. So what I have done as well, I didn't actually I made a bit of coding, I know, a bit naughty. I made some coding off stream, but this one is such a simple bit of code that I will show it to you. So this code is called Destroy After a Certain Period of Time. It's got a public float, which is time to wait until destroy. As soon as you create it, it starts this coroutine, and basically it is just waiting for this time to be up, and then we are. Sorry, let me just get my sort something out. There we go. It's basically waiting for this to be back up, and then time. Sorry, just moved into a parallel universe. It's like one of the most simplest bits of code I've ever done, and I'm struggling to explain it. So it waits for a certain period of time, and then it just destroys itself, and that is literally all it does. So what I've done is I worked out that from start to finish, after the whole thing's faded away, it takes about 2 seconds. So why don't I make it say 3 seconds is how long it should wait, and then it just destroys itself. Right. So that's what we're doing. We now need to go into the card scripts and put this bad boy into action. Let's go. Oh, I haven't got it open. Scripts, card scripts. Okay. Okay. So I believe everything. No, it's not here. There's drag card routine. Okay. So it's going to be somewhere here. So, card sparkle, yep, that's fine. So what we're actually looking is we're trying to work out the point at which, so it destroys the game object here. Okay, yes. Oh, this looks much easier than I thought. Yes, brilliant. Oh. Oh, do we just have that? Oh. Hold on, is that actually true? So, am I right in saying that instead of having any of this... okay, sorry, I just need to quickly emphasise, like, is that actually... So, if I go destroy... I don't need any of this. So I can just get rid of all this. I mean, I still do want a separate... Ah, right. Okay. Oh. See, I mean, I think I'm too obsessed with... so what I will do is... so I'm actually just going to put this into green. Just purely, whenever I'm using code for the first time, I just want to check it works. So this is basically what we're after, isn't it? And there is a very good chance that we probably don't even need to put a script in, but I will give this a shot. That's amazing. Thank you for that. That's brilliant. Yes, again, like, I mean, the literally the number of lines of code that you have saved me, like big arduous bits. It's like all of this is cut down into one line here. That is brilliant. Right, fantastic. Okay. So card script. So, what is happening here is this is basically working out what we're doing with the card after it's been played. So, if it's not equal to a totem, well, let's just say if it is equal to the totem, it's basically moving roughly in the direction of where the totem should be, and then obviously a totem is spawning. However, if it's not equal to a totem, let's see what's happening. It's waiting for the mana to be empty, the mana script to no longer be busy. It's setting its parent to the discard pile, and then it's bouncing over to there. Okay, fantastic. So I think we still want to wait for that. However, what we're going to have here is if underscore card so dot vanquish. So if it's not vanquish, then we're going to just carry on doing all of this like normal. However, if it is vanquish, else we want to I actually like the idea of, so let's just have a little text. So yeah, just to confirm, this is the sorry, let's go back. Right, this is the dragon card routine. All of this complicated stuff here, this, you know, amazing stuff, is to make sure it fades and it looks slightly better. I think it deals with all the sparkling as well. That's fine. And then when we get to the point where we're letting go of the mouse, it does a bunch of stuff here, which is, and the key important part is where we have performed the action. So this is, so it does a bunch of stuff, including actually performing the action, right? But then this is an interesting, like, gateway point, right? So it tells you, this is basically saying, what are we going to do with the card? So if it is if it, say, is a totem, so if it's not equal to totem, does that. If it is a totem, we've got this here, and yes, but if it's not a totem, then, and it's not vanquish, it's going to move to the discard pile, and that's the key bit. But it's also going to do some fun animations. If it is vanquishing, right, what I want it to do, I want, let's go just do a list. Yeah, yeah, no, I appreciate that. Yeah, like I think because the thing is, I literally did that about 5 minutes before the stream. Yeah, like just oh dear me. Like I think it's like I reckon there's probably a few little tricks that are useful. Like it's also, have you noticed how I've just called it destroy after a certain period of time script? I haven't tried to come up with any clever name. I've just been like, this is the exact, I thought right. I wonder if it looks like this internally if you look at the destroy command. I have no idea. But right, anyway, let's go. So we want to fade the alpha of the card, and we want to create the vanquish particle effect. Oh, that's it. That's it. That's all we need to do. Okay, it's fine. So we also wait until the card has fully faded, because the actual destroying of the game object is already done here. Right. So this bit should be easy-ish. And I think we've actually got access to. Can't remember actually how we do this. Oh, that's it. I think we can do this. So oh, I see. Okay, yeah. All right, that's fine. Sorry, I just need to stare at this for a little while. Okay, that's fine. Okay, int chum equals mover.instance.fade SR to color. And we're going to have card SR color.clear. And maybe 0.75 no, one's 0.75 seconds. Okay, the decision, it's final. Okay, we're missing a why is that? Oh yes, of course. So that's fine. Yeah, it's because we've created a variable already called chum. So chum equals that. Now we just need to basically do the same, but change a few of the things there. Yeah, so what I'm doing the code to fade each segment of the card to out to clear. So card art SR. And obviously because the text messages text meshes is text meshes. I just like this is it. Don't worry, this is fine. So we just need to have mover.instance. Fade text. It's not text. It's text mesh. Fade TM to color. That's the one. Okay, and then over here, I've left a lot of space here. Let's just clear some of this. That's fine. Yeah, like I say, this particular bit of code here, this one line here, if I could have some sort of macro where it just copies and pastes this, that would be so useful, because I use this so much. It's where we're basically waiting for this particular boolean, this particular thing to be done. And obviously once this is done, because they're all taking 0.75 seconds, all of these will be done. So that's good. Right. Now, what is the best way of creating... now we could, when we're creating the card, give it the game object of the vanquish command. However, I think it would make sense to put it into a slightly more important script that's got hold of the vanquish game object. So I believe I think we should actually have it here, because in a way it is a card action. So yeah. Oh yeah, over here. Yeah, I think this is fine. Okay, so I think if we just have it over here, so this way more effects we can put in here. Yeah. Actually, does that make sense? Does it make sense to put it in the card action script, or is that just me thinking off the top? It's more logistics. What makes most sense? I'm going to put it here. I'm going to put it here. Public. Actually, no. This can still be private. Private game object. Vanquish game object. Right, so we've got hold of this. Oh, setup. Oh yeah, that's fine. We can set it all up here. Vanquish game object equals resources dot load game object. Yeah, so this is effectively we even though I was thinking I needed it in the awake function, this is doing all the stuff it needs to do. So I feel let's just kind of sort out what the vanquish game object is while we're setting everything else up. Is my logic. Right. Just fit it somewhere. The reason I always take a little bit longer when I'm sort of trying to work out code is I'm thinking, what is going to make sense 6 months from now? What's going to make sense? Like, because I have no idea. As far as time frames go, I have no idea how long this game is going to take me. But I want to make sure that things make sense. You know, that if I read something, 6 months or a year from now, it will still make sense. So, prefabs. I can't remember where I put it. Particle effects. Vanquish PE, that's fine. Right, let's go get rid of some of this stuff. So we've got access to the Vanquish game object. So all we actually need is public void create vanquish effect, and we probably need a vector3 start vec, and maybe that's all we need. I kind of want to have another vector 3, which is Euler vec. Even though it pretty much should always be upright, in the cases where sometimes you can play a card and it's just slightly to an angle, this should compensate it. It's going to compensate for it. Okay, so instantiate vanquish go start vec. Right. Quaternion. See, like all this time, you always thought that I was just putting quaternion for fun, with no idea what it actually meant. But dot Euler. Euler vec. Okay. That's actually all we need to do. So. Right, we're almost there. So now we just got to create the thing. So card action script dot instance I realise. Oh, that's interesting. The card action script isn't actually a isn't a singleton. I just assumed it was, but it's not. But it doesn't matter. Okay. Right. Let's give it a shot. Now, obviously, I don't know if the size is going to be correct. I don't know, but let's give it a try. And I kind of want to make sure that the Glycerca does actually have an effect. It does something while it's vanquishing. So currently, I'm just going to kind of do the maths here. We've got 14 cards in total, so it's 9 there plus 5. Okay, I'm going to play some attackers. And then end turn. Right. Okay. May as well, I can do this, that's fine. So we're converting some of these into armour. Right, now let's Glycerca. Okay, that looks okay. That looked actually okay. It looks like I haven't actually made it quite big enough. So we'll have to play it again. I'm going to play it over here so we get a slightly better sight of it. I think I might have made the size slightly too small, but let's have a look. Yes, I have. Oh, I see. Hold on. So, oh yeah. So let me just have a look. So, and also just to clarify, there were 14 cards, and now we have 12. So that's 7. That's 3 plus 7 plus 12. So yeah, they have been vanquished. I just got to try and work out why. So, for some reason, the Bernie effect still looks pretty good. It's not quite the size I want it to be. So let me actually. That's going to take. We're going to be there for a while. So I'm going to. I'm going to work out just the size that it should be. So if I go create this and then pause, that's perfect. Exactly what I was after. Let's get out of here. Oh, hold on. Right, okay. I've actually got an idea that should fix a lot of things. shape. So that's currently 2 and 3.2, whereas the sparkliness is 3 and 4.95. So I can just simply copy it. Yeah, that's... Yeah, I think in this case that makes sense. So I don't know how I got 4.95, but that seems to work pretty well. Okay, so let's give that a shot. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like it. Okay, fantastic. Right, so let me actually have a little look. We're going to do a bit of editing. You know, the future is now. Look at all this amazing technology that I have. Right, so today's goal, bonus text. Yes, bonus text done. Vanquishing cards done. Adding new cards, right, okay. Let's have a look. Right. There we go. Right, adding new cards. We have, what are we going to do? We are going to, one thing that I have been doing over the last week is I have been basically getting ideas for different cards. And as you can probably see here, these bits of text, I've got, don't worry, we're not going to go through every single one of them. I'll go through them as I create them. So I've got, these are all the recruitment. God, this is why coders don't like it's like, no, I want the dark screen. I want the dark Cody screen. Not, what is this white background? I apologise. That is right. So we're going to kind of work on one card at a time. But just to confirm, I've got basically recruitment, card spells and totems, and I've got kind of a few little ideas here and there, but we're just going to work on one at a time, and all of them are going to have a good kind of fun little a little bit of work that requires for each of them, that it won't just be super simple. So it's going to be a fun challenge with each one, but we're going to start with something that's quite nice and easy, which is going to be the Cheap Conscript. So this is going to be one of those cards that is so much better than not having, but it's not particularly impactful. So it's going to be called Cheap Conscript. It's going to, at level 1, it's going to cost 0 mana. We add 1 attacker, 1 defender, and draw a card. So it's one of those where if you could get a deck of just this, it's brilliant. But it's, it's not going to be super impactful, And I know you're thinking, well, what if you remove all the cards and just have this? Sure, you're going to win the game, but that's going to be very, very difficult to do. So anyway, we're going to put it together. Why do I suddenly come up with all these loopholes of problems at runtime? I'm thinking, well, what if this happens? Oh, then it's going to be really too good. I'll make it, and then if people can come up with an exploit, then we'll fix it later. Right, so as far as images go, I made a few more pictures. Right, this is going to be the picture for Cheap Conscript. I'm also thinking, so yeah, Control Shift S. So we can get rid of that. So So I think the new ones are these 3 for the time being. So sprites, card art. Yeah, sorry, it's quite hard to actually do it all on the same screen. Right. Sorry, I'm gonna have to move this over here. Okay. So let's go change all of this. So 1 to 8, point filter and none. So let's just change all of these. So we're just, yeah, changing the picture quality. I know this is more like muscle memory now, but yeah, it's all right though. Right, let's go. Right, card SO. Let's create a new card. Cheap Conscript 01. Right, let's go fill in all of these bits. So the card name is going to be called Cheap Conscript. Mana cost is 0. Card level is going to be 1. The sprite, which is going to be... It'd be really nice if I knew what picture this was. I think it's this one. Let me just double check. Oh, yeah, sorry, my head is covering this, but you're gonna have to trust me. It is. I got the correct one. That's fine. Right. So it will be a recruitment card. It won't vanquish, which is fine. And the actual text, I've got. Yeah, the reason, like, part of my sort of reasoning for having cards that are seemingly a bit too good is I would rather they were too good and we have to make them worse. I think it logically makes sense, because with any game, you're like trying to find like essentially the most effective tactic available, the meta, and like once you actually realise, this card's too good, we can then sort of nerf it. But in my head, this won't actually be. This will be more of a nice bonus card that will be useful. Anyway, it's just what I'm thinking. Right, so this is the actual card text, and I think it's useful that we can, even though this actual variable is completely redundant now, I think it's useful just to give us the information. So here is where we're both adding attackers and defenders and drawing a card. So what key ints have we got? So this is so I've actually got 2. 1. Okay, so we just need to get everything prepared. Yeah, this is why it is a little bit confusing. I think that does make sense. I think that does make sense. That is how. So these are the different segments. So add 1 attacker. And add 1 defender Yeah, I think that is correct. This will obviously take a little while. I think Cheap Conscript will probably be uncommon. I'm going to deal with rarities properly at some point. Card infos. Okay, so we just need attacker, defender, and that's actually all we need. Yeah. That's quite nice. That's not too much of a mission each time. But like, hopefully, if this one goes pretty, we can start just barrel rolling, just doing absolutely loads, loads of cards like in one session. But I wanted to make sure we've got everything settled. So now we've got Cheap Conscript 1. We just need to. Can I duplicate this? I might just be able to. No. How did I... Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Okay. Right, so we just need to change all of these over. So this will be level 2 and level 3. These are going to be 2 and 2, and this is going to be 3 and 3. These, even though we don't necessarily need to change them, I think just... I know we probably need to deal with plurals at some point, because at the moment it's saying... let's go deal with the plurals now. Oh, of course, the way most people deal with that is they just put a bracket in... yeah, a sort of... yeah, a bracket like with an S in... but I don't think we actually need to worry about that. Okay. Right, so we've now created our scriptable object of Cheap Conscript. Now we need to work out what it's going to do. So, yes, brilliant. Okay, card action script. Let's go. Perform card action. So, I think it's going to look something similar to this, so I'm just going to copy this and then change some of the bits around. Because what I also want to check, I want to check that Angry Chuck works with it as well. So this is going to be Cheap. Forgot what I called it. Cheap Conscript. Cheap Conscript. Wonder why. Oh yeah. Sorry, let me just do this again. I want to have that as well. Here we go. So yeah, Cheap Conscript. I was like, was it just called Cheap Recruit? Cheap Conscript. So we've actually got to work out all of the that as well. We want that. This is, yeah. So basically Cheap Conscript does quite a few things, so we're just making sure it does all the things, and then we'll change it. It does feel a bit painful that we're having to wait for the attacker to spawn, then waiting for the defenders to spawn. But I think the way which I'm looking to focus to actually fix that is, instead of trying to make them both at the same time, I just want the idea that the animations can just go a bit faster. So once you've actually played the game and you're used to how the whole mechanics work, you'll be able to have like faster animations. So so this will just take a little bit longer than would be useful, but that's okay. That's fine. Okay. Right, will this work? I think I'm feeling pretty good about this. So we've got Cheap Conscript. Okay. So now we just need to put them into our... So I'm just covering over a few things. I'm loving this, by the way. When in what we did last time, where we actually just have a current deck, we can just play around with this as much as... I just can't emphasise how useful that is. I think before I had to individually go into a bit of code, look at where it was, whereas this, now I can just play around. So I'm just editing how I want the deck. So all I'm doing now is just replacing a few cards with Cheap Conscript, so we get a few of them, get a little tester, and hopefully all these should just be in it. Right, will it work? Okay, right. Here's the ultimate question. Will it actually work? Right, we're going to... Yeah, let's go for it. Right, come on. Okay, right, so this has come up. It costs 0. Let's go. Right. Yeah. Right, nice. See, now the thing is so like we might decide that these are a bit too good. Because we could simply just add the Vanquish command onto these. Oh yeah, of course, we want to know if it works with an Angry Chuck. So let's see if the text works and if the card works. Okay, right. So the text seemingly works. So we want to just check that we actually create 6. It's 6. 6 attackers. Yes! Right, nice. Okay. Sweet. Cheap Conscript. Right, nice. Yep, okay. Brilliant. Awesome. Job done. Okay. Oh, I'm so glad. You know what? That was not that long, was it? Because I've got loads of ideas for cards, and obviously this one was an easy one to start with. However, that did, as far as time that took to actually create, that didn't take me that long. So it's like, because bear in mind, I think there's going to be, it might be this session and a few more sessions. We're just going to grind out as many cards as we've got. I've got quite a few. I've got loads of ideas for different cards, and I've written quite a few of them down. And I think it might just be a matter of cycling through them all, and just going through them, one by one. So yes, oh man, nice. Okay, so we still got like I think while we're in the recruitment thing, so these are the Army Recruit and Guard Recruit, what we've already done. Cheap Conscript we've done. Now Armoured Protectors and Armoured Enforcers, this is going to be are really simplest. These are simple cards. These just add like flat armored defenders and armored attackers. Like these are significant, like a lot more mana efficient than like the regular starter cards, because you know, an armored unit is almost twice as good as it's twice as good as a normal defender. I haven't worked that out exactly, but I think that should be good. Right. Yes. Okay. So we're going to work on armored enforcers next. Why not armored protectors? Because it's further down. Because I haven't actually created the command to create the armored defenders yet. I've done it for armored attackers. So I'm going to do the easy one, and then we're going to create the thing for this. Okay, right, let's go get a sort of stopwatch. All right, okay. We're currently, at the moment, it's saying 2:15. Right, I want to see if I can have this entire armored enforcers and fix another important thing that I want to fix in this time. Right, and I'll explain what that is. Right, so let's see if we can do it in 15 minutes. Right, let's go. So I'll first of all explain the thing that I'm looking to fix. Where we have sustained attack, the actual picture we've got for it is over here, and my head is in the way. I think I will move my head just here for the time being, which is quite a cool picture, and I still want to keep it. However, what we're actually doing here is we're giving armour. And these are just already flat armoured units. So even though the artwork is not 100% brilliant, I'm going to change the sustained attack pictures to why doesn't it let me see the pictures? Okay, let's see, what's that? Yes, okay. It's going to be where there's a sword and it's kind of like there's armour kind of going over the top of it. I know, it's a great picture. It's a great... Right, so what we're going to do that. So this is the card that we already know, but I'm changing the picture of it. And I actually want to use this one, not this one, this one for our armoured enforcers. I think that just makes a bit of sense. Right, so... so create card asset. Okay, 1417. Don't worry, we've got this. We've got this covered. Right. So armored enforcers 01. Here's where I just need to make sure that I've got the spelling correct. That looks correct. Yep. Okay. So card name, armoured, two, card level 1, and this one is going to have, even though this will be a bit confusing, see, this is what I wanted. I wanted to be able to see the picture when I was putting it in. That one. There's still a recruitment, got the picture. The card text, we're just going to copy and paste it. Even though technically we don't need it, it's not going to vanquish key numbers. We just need one key number. Let's say common. Card infos. So we want the attacker info and armoured. Okay, now we need to see. It's 4 there, and Yes, so what we'll do, we're going to add a whole new bit in the master script, because like I say, it's not even as though I've even got a particular plan, but this will keep us covered. So I'm going to have over here, we're going to have armoured attacker, armoured defender. Oh yeah, right, cool. So the reason that I'm doing all of this is because eventually, some point down the line, we're going to want to change the card on the text to compensate. So if there's a card a bit like Angry Chuck, but it only works for armoured attackers, then we're completely covered. We can, yeah, cool. Oh, this is quite cool, actually. I don't know if I've got the music loud enough, but it's quite nice. Right. Okay, I think that's all we need. We're just going to, yeah, Control D duplicates it. I know there's other parts, other things in Windows where Control D deletes it. So I just wanted to be careful that I'm not deleting anything. Right, anyway. Armoured Enforcers. It's still going to cost that, so number 2 is level 2. 3 is 3. This we're going to change to 6. 6. Is that all I need to change? I think that's all I need to change. Just sort of cycling through, checking this is all the information that we need. Okay. Right, let's go make some armoured enforcers. Oh yeah, of course. I was like, I feel like we did this a bit quickly, but we haven't actually put it in yet. So we've got the card action script here. Again, I think we've got the bulk of what we need here. No, I've done exactly the same thing that I did last time. I didn't copy and paste all the stuff that I need. So we need all of this. This, that's it. Right. Okay. Yeah. So that's 4. Now, one thing which is genuinely a really good point to mention is we've got a switch statement here. Sorry, like what I love is you kind of come up with ideas because we've got a switch statement saying do this, this, and this, right? Which is quite, this uses up a bit of space. What we could do now, I'm going to put this in comments because it's more of a hypothetical. Is forgot what I called them. Key ints, yeah. Yeah, like I say, I think this would be completely fine. So we could get rid of all of that and just use that. But it's more by the by. I don't know. I don't know whether we should actually do that. Because we won't be able to do it for all of them. Like, for example, with Glycerca, given that one of them is triple, it gets a bit confusing. Anyway, that's just more... I'm just sort of like... I thought I'd think out loud. Right. Anyway, sorry. We're up against time. Right. Okay, let's see if this works. Let's go. Okay. I'm sure I did... Oh, yeah, Armoured Enforcers. Yeah, so this is the same... Like, I just remembered that I changed the pictures. Okay, so... Yes. All right, okay. That only took me 10 minutes, not 15. That was easier than I thought. Right, brilliant. Yes. Nice. Okay, I just want to check. Have we actually got... I just want to check the sustained attack. Must be at the bottom. Yeah, I just wanted to check that's sustained attack. That still works. Right, brilliant. Right, nice, awesome. Okay, right, fantastic. Right, now we've got to do the armoured protectors, which was going to take us a little longer because I haven't actually got any code for creating armoured defenders just straight from the hut. So that's what we're going to work on now. Right, let's go. Sorry, just getting myself pumped. It's like a yeah. Right. Okay. So how do we start? So we've actually got all the images. We're going to do the same thing for so where we've got metal wall, we're going to change the image to this one. So now we can create a new card. Actually, why don't I start putting everything together as far as the card and then actually work out how to do the code for creating the armoured ones. Okay. Create new card. Armoured protectors. Two, one, and these are going to be the original these ones here, yeah. Let me go copy and paste this one. So this is, yeah, these card infos, they're not essential. They're just, useful to get information when you're hovering over the card. Right. So we're just creating all the versions of this, which really shouldn't be too difficult. So this one is going to be level 2. The mana remains the same. It's going to be 6 armored defenders, and we need to change this to 6. And this one's going to be 8. It's going to be level 3, and this is going to be 8. Okay, right. So, and what did we decide? Oh yeah, the image. Yeah, we've got the picture sorted. Right, armored protectors. Okay, now, what method am I going to use so that we can create armored defenders? I think, right. So I've obviously got a code that creates armored attackers, and I've got code that creates normal defenders. So I'm trying to work out which one is the best to copy and paste and change all the values with, and I don't know. It's like, what way is so like I think we look at the armored attackers and just try and make it from there. So we have got to start by armored attackers. Go to definition. We're just going to go follow the rabbit hole, whatever the expression is. So this is what happens. We go into here, add armored attack. So go to definition. So now here we've got the attack building script. And set attack total. Create armored beans. Oh wow, there is a lot of following. I need to properly go through here. This is what creates it, and I just want to check number of attackers armored in line. This bit is the important part. Okay, right, easy. Right, I just need to. This is the key part. This is the juicy bit, the bit that we need to really focus on. Okay, so we need to get the defense building script, or defender building script. I can't even remember what I called it, but let's go see if we can find it. Oh, defense building. Yeah. Okay. Right. Have this over here. I think that's all we need. We just need to. We've got it under. Yeah, so I've just pressed Control C. So we're just going to copy and paste it and change words. I think it makes better. I think this makes more sense. And I'm going to fit it just in here, and we'll get loads of error messages, but we're fine with that. Okay, so create armored. Oh, huh. It's still actually the function is still the same. It's still called create armored beans. I guess that's okay. Like, in theory, I probably should change it to create armoured defender beans. Nah, maybe it's okay. Maybe it's okay, because we're in the defence building. Right. Okay. Right. We just need to work through defender armored beans scripts. So yeah, we're just changing all the things. Defender idle sprites. Oh no, defender, armoured defender. So we're basically what this, hold on, this important thing, this big bean transfer script is like this big daddy that takes on a bunch of information and puts it in. And one thing we were discussing a few episodes is that for this to work, you need about, like, I mean, legitimately about 15 different arguments, a ridiculous amount of arguments to get it to work. And then like, KO2 fan came up with this idea of being like, why don't we just put everything into one script? So that way we just need to change it. And so, anyway, this has dramatically made everything a lot easier. And so, like, instead of having to have this one line, we just change all the bits of information as and where we need it. So, anyway, that's what I'm working on now. This is the move. Defense, right. So actually, I don't know. Hold on. Yeah, that is correct. Okay. Yeah, I just want to check. So what this bit of code here / here is doing is it's working out where. Oh yeah, I'll move my head back down. Hey, what this code is basically doing is it's working out where, when you spawn a bean, where it should go next in formation, and I'm just getting everything fixed here. So okay, so we've got here, we've just got no way of actually calling this quite yet. So I think that's all the information. The only problem is our end vec is, I don't know what the exact number here is. I can probably find this out. So this is essentially where the bean is going to go to, and 2-2 is where the armoured bean is going to go to, and we know what armoured attackers are going to go to, whereas we want to just change this number to where the armoured defenders are going to go to, which will be something like 5, maybe 4. I reckon 4 actually makes sense. You know what? I'm so sure it's 4, I'm not even going to check it. Right, that's how confident I am. Okay, so we've created this. Create armoured beans, so we need to. Now I'm going to do the same thing. Let me just have a look over here. Let's close everything up. Set. So add armoured attack. So yeah, this is fine. So I think we can have this just over here. Add armoured defence. Oh, it's so nice the fact that like these are such similar scripts that we can just sort of change like just a few little variables. Yeah, and we're actually still creating, the function is still called create armoured beans for army. So, this is one of those times where I'm pretty sure it won't work, but I think it's just quicker to create it, see what is going wrong, and then fix it, instead of like trying to sense all the problems like from afar. So let's see. Okay, so no. What's that? Oh. Oh, I think this is a problem that's been there for a while. Okay, never mind. Oh yeah. So yeah, sorry. What we get like in Unity, we every now and then get these yellow messages, which they're not going to cause any error messages, but they're just kind of useful little things saying, by the way, what we've done here is we've created this variable called chum that doesn't actually do anything. You know, it. No, it's my mascot. I just need an integer there. Just I'm going to call chum. He's just there in the background, not doing anything of any use. So we could actually just delete it, but you know what? I quite like him. Just by the way, this number equals 0. Has that got any relevance to anything? No. We just wanted to let you know. Right. Okay. So we've got our master here. Let's go armoured protectors. Armoured protectors. Let's go. 2 is enough. Yeah, I know, right? Right. Okay. So this is actually the original metal wall. So let's actually check that these still work even with their change. I'm sure they will do. Ah. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. So when I had those info bits coming up, moving on to something else did actually get rid of it. So it might not be as bad as I just assumed that it just stayed there forever. I never actually bothered to test. Okay, that's good. Right. Anyway, that's a different problem. Right. Let's first of all check that this. Shoot, let's just cycle through all these cheap conscripts. Yeah, I want to check that this still works. Yeah, it's still working absolutely fine. And this still works. Brilliant. Okay, armoured protectors. Right. I've got 2 mana. We got enough. Let's go for it. I know what's happened because I haven't actually done it. That's why I haven't done it yet. I haven't put the code in. I think I feel it's very much like creating a bridge and kind of actually forgetting to, like, you know, or just making half of the bridge where it's like, why is no one using this bridge? Oh, I see what's going on here. Half of the bridge isn't there. You know, but I'm only seeing a particular angle being like, why is that? Anyway, right, instead of explaining the problem, let's actually fix it. This shouldn't be too difficult. In fact, let's go try master script. Nope. So here, so what we need to do is, oh, I spelled break wrong. Poor child. Yeah, right. So this bad boy here, we want to go to this. So we're just going to copy this and then just make the armoured defenders equivalent. Summon armoured defenders. I was trying to save time. I pressed Control C instead of Control V, which means I've now copied the thing that I don't need. Sorry. Right. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, okay. So we're just creating in the card action script a new function which summons there we go, which summons armored defenders. This we can just ignore this altogether. Yeah, so let's just delete that. So this will be underscore defense building script. Add armored defense, and while the defense building script is busy, okay, and now still not done. I was like, I just want to give it a try. We haven't actually done it here. So here is where we're going to just try out something interesting. Because obviously this would save a lot of time if we could just do this each time. Yeah. Okay. Let's just give this a shot. Because obviously you wanna try things. Yes. Yeah. All right. I know chum was never used. Right. Yeah. Right. Okay. So, armoured protectors. Is it going to work? Right. Sorry. Right. Let's get in turn. Right, armoured protectors. Right, come on. Come on, come on, come on. You know what? That isn't exactly what I wanted it to do, but that's okay. I've realised that the point, it should ideally move to like here, but I think I'm okay with that. Right, let's go. Okay. Right, nice. So, that's not bad. So I think, like, because I'm just trying to work out as far as production level, like, I've probably created 3 cards. Well, yeah, 3 cards all with their upgrades in not that long a time. So kind of like, so we were actually, so we've made Cheap Conscript, Armour Protectors, Armoured Enforcers. So what I'll do, so yeah, like, I'll tell you, these are the ideas that I've got for different cards. Like, I think I'm probably going to do a little bit of a wrap up now, just because, kind of like, I think, you know, when it's like, I think what I might do next episode is just cycle through, bash through, like, all of these cards. Now, they're all going to be have their own little bit of complications. So this one here is going to be called Dynamic Recruit, and what it does is it costs 1 mana, and you add 1 attacker and defender for each card you've already played this turn. So ideally you want it in a deck where you got lots of cheap cards and you finish off with this, and upgrading it makes it cost 0, which is quite a big upgrade for what it does. So that means there's a good chance you can do like more with it, and then upgrading it again means it still costs 0, but you do 2 defenders for each card played. Yeah, I thought like kind of, since I have come up with quite a few ideas, I'm trying to work out. So yeah, like sorry, this is just me zooming out. I've still got like sort of a bunch of other, and these are just the recruit cards, and like there's another mechanic which I like the idea of. Don't worry, I'm not going to go through all of them. I just thought I'd give you, this is kind of like, I feel I make good, I realise I can do the production line now. It's like I just need to cycle, like I need to just start making all these cards. The hard part is making the artwork, so that is obviously something that I'm going to do off stream. So it's like, that's going to be, you know, like I say, to me, I don't know, actually, I don't know if it's the same with anyone else. Obviously, coding to me is the absolute, that's the bit which I love. That's the bit which, you know, like the artwork, I'm fine with it. I still enjoy it, but it's more like, get that out of the way. You know, it's like, have all your greens / draw all the pictures, and then have the actual enjoyable part of the meal, which is the coding. So I'll do all the boring bits off stream. So another like little clever mechanic, I'm going to have a card called Grand Gesture, which is you add 3 attacks to defenders, but if your mana coins are empty after casting this, you make them armoured. So I'm actually creating a lot of different like a lot of different potential problems down the line, but I quite like it. You know, these are the sort of like, this is what makes coding so fun. You're thinking, how are we going to do all this? So I'm loving it. Anyway, some of them are actually a little bit more simplistic, but anyway, I thought I'd just kind of let you know. And like I say, I've still made where is it actually? Yeah, there's still kind of oh yeah, I've got a few spell cards as well, which I'm looking to do. So the difference between recruitment and spells is recruitment is to do with adding beans to the board or to the town, whatever, whereas spells is everything else. So if it involves drawing cards, adding armour to something, discarding cards, and like, yeah, so hold on, let's see if I can zoom it in. Yeah, one other little one. I've got a card. Now, obviously, you know, this is just kind of what we're thinking. It's something we were discussing. It's going to be Kickoff. It's going to cost 0, and it's going to have Vanquish on it. And you sacrifice up to 3 random beans, and then add that much mana. And then it kind of 4 and 5. So this is going to be one of those where you could have a proper power turn. Anyway, I thought I'd kind of keep everyone up to speed and everything. Right, I am probably going to call it here, but this has been, yeah, it's actually been really good. I think we've started to begin our sort of production line. Like, I think I might be able to clear, like, say 10 or 15 cards in one session. And like, I did the maths, not that I should use this, I shouldn't keep referring back to Slay the Spire, but each class in Slay the Spire, I think, or no, it might be one class plus the neutral cards, totals to about sort of 70 or 80 cards. So like, my plan is I want to get all the cards sorted, and then actually work on making an actual game out of it. Because what I was originally going to do, I was going to start working the outside of combat bit, then I realised I actually need all the cards to actually make things work. So I've kind of had a bit of a change of plan in that respect. Anyway, right, that's my plan. Should hopefully, if everything all goes to plan, I'll be back here again on Saturday, and I've actually kind of pretty luckily I got Christmas off, so I might be able to do more than 2 streams in a week over the Christmassy week. Obviously I won't be working Christmas, but right, anyway, thank you very much for sticking around, and I will see you all later. Yeah, alright, see you later guys.